It's Kamilah Rose with the Bliss Institute, and I have to say, I am pleasantly surprised. Now, this story still doesn't make any sense. They still do things that don't make any sense. It still is very much like a sci-fi channel movie from back in the day. But the commenter was right. I would like to see what ends up happening to them when they get back to Earth. Let's get into it. So, we start off with Nico, Cass, and Oliver. They're heading to the planet where the aliens are supposed to be at. And it is a 13K walk hike to the artifacts or the area near the artifacts. And we see that August, we're back on the ship now, is trying to convince William to make peace with Nico. She says that he will regret it if he does not, and so he thinks about it. And then we hit back. So there's a lot of flip-flopping around between being on the ship, being on the planet with Nico and them, and then being back on Earth. So now we're back with Nico. Nico and Cass, they're heading to this tower in the space where they think they are. They go underground to find that there's lights there. There's some food. So I was like, oh, they're going to be humanoids. They are not humanoids. You see the aliens. Ugh, Netflix is trying to make me watch some new show. Let me turn this off. All right, so you see the aliens. They are green. They're funky looking. They have big eyes. It reminded me they have that leg shape like on Black Mirror. Let me see. I wrote it down. Black Mirror season 4 Metalhead. There were those like sentinel kind of thingies, and they would run around chasing people, and they had those like weird legs. So it had legs like that. It had big old wings. That one reminded me of I can never remember what that movie is called. Splice. It reminded me of Splice with those wings for the little alien or the little baby thing that they created on Splice. And it's creepy. It's real creepy looking. Look at it in a dark room, so you're maybe not paying so much attention to the special effects, because I'm not a big special effects person. So, it looked fine in the dark. It could make it. Nico wants to be his friend. She's like, let's try to talk to it. Let's try to reason with it. Let's try to, not just immediately start being violent and fighting each other. So she's like, I am Nico. And it's like, it runs off to the corner. So then there's like this, it's talkative. It's very talkative. So then there's like this kind of computer. It's an AI system. It's sitting on like it's like in the tree, built into the tree kind of, and it speaks English. It says that it's been picking up on Earth's broadcast for however long we've been sending out radio signals, saying things out into space. And so it's picked up on that, and it's learned English, and now is communicating with Nico and Cass. And so the AI tells Nico and Cass that they are not on the Akaya's planet. They are with the Zakir, and that the Akaya have been on their planet for over 5 years. And it suggests that they do not seek out the Akaya, that they hide from them, and that Akaya only has one thing that it wants to achieve, and that is destruction. So it's like setting them up for this, the Akaya are violent, they're dangerous, avoid them. And so then we go back to Sasha. Sasha is still here. He's got that alien thing in his head. Their alien has made a version of Sasha that it talks to him through, that only Sasha can see. And so he's fighting with the alien in his head. The alien wants him to kill all the people. And he's like, you're never doing anything right. You never have been able to stand up for yourself. He's kind of beating him up, trying to get him to, stand up and fight these folks. And then we switch over to Eric and Jenna, the daughter. She gonna die. She's on the path to the land of eternity in the light, because her body, I guess, has been making too many white blood cells to fight off the leukemia that she has going on, or maybe it's from the leukemia. And she's headed toward organ failure. So they're like, you got to figure out what you need to do. You need to prepare for her to die. And, just like make peace with yourself and peace with her and everybody else. And then we see that they're dragging Harper away. So Eric's like, what are you doing? She's a U.S. citizen. She has rights. And they're like, she's an alien person. So, you don't be worried about what she's got going on. So then we switch back to Nico and Cass. And Cass is telling a story about how there was a second Great Depression and how her grandmother, I think she said her parents moved them to an ocean side town, and it was better there and they were able to make it. And then they're talking about how many Akaya there are and where they're located. This is on the ship because they are corresponding back and forth. And we find Harper who is manipulating Eric. So we're back now at Eric. And Harper is like, you have to save me. She's crouched in the corner. He goes into the place where they dragged her. She's killed her guards. And she's like, you have to help me. They're trying to take me out. Like I said, it's a lot of flipping. Because now we back with August. So August wanders into the room where Zane is, and Zane is all like, oh, what's going on? And Harper's like, did you smell that? Did you smell that? And she finds like something that's gone bad. She throws it away. And so Harper's like, not Harper. Zane is like, have you always had these super smelling abilities? And she's like, no, they just kind of developed, and I've been really tired. And, I'm sitting here listening. I said, oh, she's pregnant. Now, didn't I tell y'all about these space babies? Didn't I say in that last review, y'all can't be out here hooking up with people all random like, because you're going to have random space babies. And sure enough, now we got some issues. So, we're back to Sasha. They kill Sasha because Sasha done grabbed up Zane, is holding her up, choking her out. Bernie's standing there with the gun. August is outside yelling, and he's just like, kill me, kill me, kill me, because he knows that's the only way for him to gain freedom from this alien in his head. So they kill him. The creature, they find out the thing that's been in his head was like a computer system. So they suggest and try to have William rewrite the implant so that they are able to put it into Javier's. Remember, Javier got knocked out way back a long time ago. Put it into Javier, who's brain dead. And so William's thing works. He's able to rewrite the code on the implant. They put it into Javier, and now they're waiting to see what happens. Now we're back with Harper. So as we said, Harper killed the guards. She doesn't remember how this happened. She doesn't remember what's going on. She's like in and out because these aliens are controlling her, and she's just the puppet. She's a puppet now. So Eric is like, he's looking at her a little strange, but he wants to save his daughter. He gives her his badge or someone's badge to get out. Harper escapes, and Eric is like, I gotta take my daughter to the Akaya. And Harper says, you have to bring her to the Akaya because the Akaya never turn their back on their friends. And they have this whole thing about how they want to be friends. Akaya wants to be friends. So now we're back to the ship. So William has decided that what he's going to do is he's going to have the ship, so Savari, whatever the ship is named, we're going to call her Sally. Sally, the ship, he's going to do to Sally what Nico was doing to him in having the ship change its shape to Nico and then play out the scenario of what Nico was thinking and feeling and what's going on with her so he can get closure about their situation. But that doesn't work because Sally is not an AI like William. Sally is literally just the ship. So what he decides to do is he's going to give her the ability to feel. So then Sally wakes up as Nico because she's taken on Nico's form, and now she's all like, oh my God, William, your feelings are so hurt. I understand now. I'm so like sorry for what I've done. What can we do? We're going to make this better. We're going to get things back to where they need to be. And William's like, thank you for that closure that I needed. And I was like, these feelings are going to bite you in the butt, William. And you're going to just need to learn you're going to have to get a little bit more human and learn how to turn those feelings down a little bit. So now we're back to Nico. And Nico and Cass are heading back to Zakir City because they're trying to find out what happened on the planet, but also take out the Akaya because of how violent they are. And so, but there is not. They get through the clearing, and there's nothing but bones everywhere. It's a graveyard. It's a massacre. They took all of those Zakir people out, and and it must have been like a war. Some of the skulls have those creature imprints on the back of them, so they've been taken over, and they were probably just all fighting, trying to gain back control of this planet. So now Nico was all like, we're gonna have to take them out. We need to help these people because we can, and obviously they are not able to protect themselves. So they want to blast the Akaya off the planet. They're going to blow up that crystal tower thing and get rid of them. Now we're back to Oliver had been left on the little shuttle ship that they got onto the planet with. And now there is Zakir with an Akaya in its head out there looking for him. And he has those weird like little things coming out his eyes to plug in and figure out what's going on. And so Oliver ends up tricking it to go jump off the actual ship towards the back, and then he blasts it with his what do you call those things? Not flares. The fire that comes out, blasted with the fire from the engines, and then he takes off and gets out of there. So then Nico gives the order. She's like, blow up the tower. So they go out there, they blow up the tower. Kaboom! It's fried. They're like, we've helped. We've done our job. Woohoo for us. We switched back. Javier don't woke up. Oh, he's woke now. He's cute too. And so I'm sitting here like, I'm seeing August, and she's all up on Javier. She's like, oh my God, you're back. Yay. And I was like, okay, so is he the baby daddy? Because, I missed about 6 episodes. And I was like, was he the baby daddy? Because I thought she had started hooking up with the Oliver dude when they went down there on that planet and took the mask off and were down there trying to breathe that fake oxygen when that one girl got sick and got her head blown off in the back from the thing jumping out of her. So I was confused, but I was like, okay, I guess maybe that's the baby daddy. Because it is confirmed that August is pregnant. We have William. He's running around looking crazy. August is pregnant. So Nico, Cass, Oliver come back. Everybody's on the ship. They're all happy because they got rid of them creature things on this planet. And so then Javier's up and Oliver's there, and they're telling about what's happened to them during their time, and August is sitting there. And so then they look at August and they say, hey, what's been going on with you? And she was like, well, I'm pregnant, and one of you is the father. I said, this hoe don't know which one of these people is her father. Not that she's a hoe. You live your lives. I'm not judging. I'm just saying, like I said before, about jumping into these relationships and having sex with people on these spaceships out here, not knowing what's going on, and about the issues connected with jumping into relationships through traumatic experiences. So now this girl don't know who her baby daddy is. Javier jumps up talking about, you ain't got to keep it. I said, no, Javier, maybe we can blame it on the alien because Javier is not smooth at all. He was like, you can get rid of it, girl. I ain't even no thing. And I was like, dude, that was not what you're supposed to say. That was not the way to go about this. Oliver's like, I thought we were supposed to be infertile now that we got blasted with some gamma rays trying to do something or other in the second episode. And so she was like, well, I guess it didn't really work. And I'm like, it's an alien, baby. That's what I'm saying. But, I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's just a regular born human baby. And so she's like, well, I guess it didn't work. And so now they're just like, okay, well, what are we going to do? And I'm like, what are you going to do? So then we get to William, who's tripping. Like I said, he's running around looking kind of crazy. It's all the feelings. So William calls back Sally, the ship, and he's like, hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Delete the program that allowed you to be able to take on other forms and to have these feelings. Go ahead and delete it. You don't need it anymore. And so then he turns off and walk away. And then he turns back around and he was like, I said delete the program. And she's like, no. And he's like, system override. He tries to put the code in. She finishes the code. She was like, no, I don't want to. I want to be here now. And so then she changed it into another form. I guess this is going to be Sally's form for while she is a human person, whatever she is, on the ship. And she's like, thank you, mother. And he's like, what did you call me? She said, mother, you created me. And I said, I told you about these feelings. I told you about running around messing with stuff just because you trying to feel better in the moment. Whew, so now she's just doing what she want to do. She wandering around the ship and everything. And I'm sitting here like, ain't nobody wondering who this other chick is in the ship because she wasn't here before, but whatever. So now alarms are going off. They've got ships, they've got objects coming towards them, and they're moving quick. It's the Akaya. They are in their little figure eight. What are those things called? Infinity ships. They're in their little infinity ships, and they're flying fast. And they're like, okay, do we need to try to maneuver around them? And William's like, we won't make it. And so then the Akaya fly right on past them. And I said, uh-oh. So Nico's like, we got to go back to Zakir. So they're flying back so they can get eyes on Zakir. They're watching. It's a mess. We get back to Eric. Eric done grabbed Jana, whatever her name is, brought her back to the aliens. He's all like, I'm so sorry. Please help her. And Harper is up here doing a broadcast. She's in Times Square. She's on everybody's TV. She's on everybody's screens, computer screens. She's doing a broadcast. And she's telling them about how she's been to the artifact, how this is exclusive, how she has been in contact with the aliens. And she's like, the Akaya just want to be our friends. They just want to be our friends and learn to connect to us. So we've got Harper sitting over here talking about how she's been with the aliens, about how they want to be friends. We got Eric with little Jana trying to get her healed. The ship or the tower, the artifact opens up. He's going inside with his baby. And I'm like, now you're worried about your baby living, but you're going to take her to these aliens that you don't know anything about to see if they can heal her. Maybe they can, maybe they can't. But what if they kill her too? So he's taking her in there. We don't turn 360 trying to get back to, or I guess it would be 180, turning around to get back to Zakir to try to figure out what the Akaya are going to do there. Girl, the Akaya just blew that planet up, destroyed it. They were like, oh, y'all thought y'all had something? Y'all thought y'all was going to turn on us? Y'all done found some type of machine to take down our artifact? Well, you know, we got you. Kaboom, gone, because apparently they have 300 other places they have colonized and they don't need them. So they blow their planet up. So Nico's sitting here like, oh, snap. We done made a mistake. And I was like, yes, girl, you made a mistake because you don't sit up here, you don't blow up these people. And you know that these Zakir folks don't have a way to defend themselves. So all you've done is angered the Akaya. And now they're going to be mad at the Zakir and be looking to go and retaliate. So then Nico's sitting there, the breeze from the planet's coming. William's like, we got to get out of here. Nico's like, turn on the systems. Let's go home. So I guess now, next season, if they get another season, because it don't seem like nobody's really watching this show, but maybe they are. So now, I guess we'll get to see what happens on Earth. We get to see if they're able to save that little girl. I'm pretty sure she's probably just going to become an alien something. We get to see what happens with Eric. We get to see if Harper becomes a new like queen of the people with the Akaya in her head. And we'll see what happens when our crew comes back home with a bunch of dead folks, a bunch of folks missing, and this understanding and knowledge that the Akaya do not want to be anybody's friends, that they want to take over this planet, they want to destroy everyone, they want to make them their slaves, and that they are here to destroy. So I guess we're just going to have to see what happens. Maybe there'll be another season. Maybe they'll get picked up by the Sci-Fi Channel. Oh gosh. But I was actually like, this is actually an okay. Like that was actually an interesting, entertaining episode. I would say that the show is not boring. It's just that they do things that don't make sense. So I don't know if it's the writers that need help or if it's the show premise that needs help, but if they were to actually start to do things that made sense, the show would be better. It's not bad. It just doesn't, it's just like, what? And like, you just keep asking, what? And then I'm sitting here like, I missed that episode too, but I'm pretty sure Javier got knocked out before. So I'm like, when did this August chick have sex with Harper, or not Harper? When did August have time to have sex with Javier and Oliver in that time frame for her to be possibly pregnant with both of their children? Like, when did that happen? And how did they not know? Because then she would have had to have sex with Javier before he got knocked out, which was in like the second episode, because I feel like I remember that. So then, like, Oliver didn't know. It's only like 5 people on the ship, so like it doesn't seem as if you would really be able to hide this kind of stuff. I keep trying to make sense of this and the things that are happening, and it's just not really adding up. And I really probably need to stop. I hope Nico makes it out in the end. I hope the ship doesn't try to kill them and figure out that it's smarter than all of them combined and decide to just take them all out. I kind of am like, well, maybe now, since William has this crush on Nico, him and this computer chick, the ship can just be together. It can be William and Sally rides again, and that can be how that solves that problem. But he seems shook. And I guess if she sees him as her mother, then that's not going to work. But he seems shook that she doesn't want to listen to him anymore. And I'm like, well, William, you reap what you sow, because now how you didn't want to listen to Nico and you want to go throw a fit and do all this other stuff because of your hurt feelings. Now you don't gave the ship feelings, and now she's going to want to go out there and do all the stuff she wants to do, and now you're going to have to deal with the consequences. And that's what you get. If you had turned them feelings down like I had suggested, you wouldn't be in this situation now. But look at you now. Look at you now, William. You better hope she don't delete you. You better hope that she decides that you're worthwhile to have around, because otherwise you're going to have bigger problems than just these people, because the ship that you are on might decide that you are redundant. But we're going to see, maybe, I guess. So that's it. That's Another Life, Netflix, episode 10, spoiler review, my thoughts. If anyone has made it this far, what did you think? Do you think there will be a second season? I heard like Netflix does not release the views for their shows, so like you don't actually know how many people have watched the show or how popular a show is. You're just basically having to kind of like gouge, I guess, from other sources. I'm not sure how. So I'm not sure like how they'll be deciding whether they will make a second season of this or not. I guess we'll just have to see. But anyways, that's it for this. Y'all have a great day. Like, comment, subscribe. I never say that. Apparently you're supposed to say that, but I never say that. Also, if there's any other shows that you're watching, let me know what other shows you guys are watching. I heard the Dark series is fantastic, but I haven't really gotten into it, and I was being lazy and not ready to read the subtitles, which doesn't make any sense because I watch all the Korean dramas, Japanese, Chinese, all of those. I watch them. Girl, I don't speak none of that. Anaseo, that's about all I got for Korean. And I don't even think I'm saying that correctly. So, but I watch all of those with the subtitles. So there's really no reason why I can't watch any of these other series. But if there's anything else y'all are watching, that I could maybe be amused by, that possibly makes sense, let me know so that I can check them out. But there isn't really anything else that I'm like super into wanting to look. I would like to watch Euphoria. I watched the first episode because I watched the first and the second episode. And now that the finale is coming up, I think I might plug in again and just check it out so I can catch the end of it. But then again, I might not. Westworld's coming back. And I am hype for Westworld. Also, so I'm just kind of rambling now. So if you're done, you're fine. Also, I never watched Game of Thrones. So I thought it was very amusing when everyone was upset with what was happening at the end. I tried to watch Game of Thrones. I think I came in some random season. And like I couldn't get through the episode. I just kept falling asleep. I don't know if maybe I was just really tired, but I just kept falling asleep. I didn't understand what anybody was doing. I didn't understand why anybody was doing the stuff that they were doing. And I was just like, this isn't it for me. So to kind of see all the stuff that was going on when the finale came around was really interesting and entertaining to watch, because I was like, y'all are really upset. But then I was also like, if what y'all are saying is true about what's been going on with this show, then this ending doesn't make any sense. And so I could feel the frustration, and I was empathetic to it. So, anyways, let me know what y'all are watching. I'll see you later. Have a good night.